three unstoppable forces of the body. In the kingdom of the body, there were three magical forces that, once activated, could not be stopped until their mission was complete. These were the forces of positive feedback, known for growing stronger and stronger until the body's goal was achieved. The blood clot warriors, the battle of the bleeding wound. One day, an enemy arrow struck the skin of a warrior, causing blood to spill. The platelet army rushed to the battlefield, ready to stop the bleeding. First, a single platelet arrived at the wound and released a battle cry. More platelets, come help us seal this wound. More platelets arrived and released the same battle cry, attracting even more reinforcements. The army kept growing, stacking on top of each other like bricks until a strong blood clot platelet plug was formed. The battle was won. The enemy arrow could no longer cause harm, and the kingdom was safe. Lesson: platelets attract more platelets until the wound is sealed. The great childbirth festival, the Oxytocin surge. Deep in the royal city of the uterus, the queen mother was about to give birth. But the baby prince refused to leave the palace. The body's messenger, oxytocin, sent the first contraction to push the baby out. The baby pushed against the cervix, sending a signal back to the brain. More contractions are needed. The brain responded by releasing even more oxytocin, causing even stronger contractions. The baby kept pushing, and the contractions kept increasing until finally the baby prince was born. Lesson: contractions trigger more oxytocin, which triggers stronger contractions until birth is complete. The magical milk fountain. The oxytocin loop. In the valley of new mothers, a newborn cried with hunger. The queen of lactation knew she must provide nourishment, but she needed help from oxytocin's magic. As soon as the baby latched onto the nipple, a signal rushed to the brain. More milk is needed. The brain released oxytocin, which triggered milk ejection from the mother's body. The baby suckled harder, sending another message. More milk, more oxytocin. The cycle continued, releasing more milk until the baby was full and satisfied. Lesson: the more the baby suckles, the more oxytocin is released, causing more milk ejection. The kingdom of positive feedback lived on. In these three powerful events, blood clotting, childbirth, and lactation, the cycle never stopped halfway. Once started, the forces of positive feedback kept growing stronger until their mission was completed. And so, the kingdom remained safe, strong, and full of new life. The tale of Queen Oxytocin and the Kingdom of Balance, a negative feedback story. Chapter 1: The Queen's Arrival. In the kingdom of homeostasis, where balance ruled all, there lived a powerful ruler, Queen Oxytocin. She was known for her role in bonding, childbirth, and milk production, but she held an even greater power, the ability to restore balance when things went too far. One day, a great disruption shook the kingdom. A royal messenger ran into the throne room, breathless. "Your Majesty, the milk rivers are overflowing. The people are producing far too much milk, and it's flooding the land." Queen Oxytocin frowned. She knew that too much milk production could throw the entire endocrine realm into chaos. This was a job for negative feedback. Chapter 2: The Negative Feedback Council. Queen Oxytocin summoned her royal advisors, the Negative Feedback Council, a group of wise scholars who knew how to restore balance whenever things spiraled out of control. The council analyzed the situation and found the problem. Prolactin, the hormone responsible for milk production, was running wild. "Your Majesty, the pituitary gland has been releasing too much prolactin. If this continues, the kingdom will be drowning in milk. We must act immediately," Queen Oxytocin declared. "Shut down the milk factories." She sent a royal messenger hormone to the pituitary gland with a simple but powerful command: stop producing prolactin. The pituitary gland, recognizing the queen's decree, immediately slowed prolactin production. The overflowing milk rivers began to calm, and the kingdom of homeostasis returned to its peaceful, balanced state. Chapter 3: The Power of Negative Feedback. The people of the kingdom learned a valuable lesson. When something goes out of control, the negative feedback system steps in to reduce the excess and restore balance. When there is too much, we send the signal to stop. When there is too little, we send the signal to start. And so, Queen Oxytocin ruled wisely, stepping in only when needed, ensuring that the kingdom of homeostasis remained in perfect harmony. Moral of the story: negative feedback, the body's auto-correction system. If something is too high, the body sends signals to decrease it. If something is too low, the body sends signals to increase it. Example: if body temperature gets too high, sweat is released to cool it down. If it gets too low, shivering generates heat. Queen Oxytocin and the Negative Feedback Council work to prevent the kingdom from going into chaos, just like your body does every day. The end, or just the beginning? Now that you understand negative feedback, you'll see it everywhere in the body. Would you like a sequel